GOAT.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of She Said, He Said. Just the fellas tonight. It's your host, Rob, with my co host, Alex. Alex was really good, man.
What is going on? It's been busy dealing with some life changes, but you know what? On a positive note, hey, God won't give you what you can't handle. You're built for this. You're made for this.
Very true, very true. I mean, going through some some things myself, but I feel like I'm on an upturn now. It's kind of like I've been on that down slope for a long time, and now the incline is coming. And I think when that incline comes, you have to look at what was going on during your downtime and fix that stuff. So when you get to the top again, you won't next time you won't fall as far. So kind of set myself up for success. I hope you do the same, and I hope you listeners do the same as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. High five on that one, brother.
Real life sound.
Hey.
Yo, that just reminded me of what you said on the intro to the other thing that we do, but we ain't gonna go there.
All right, all right. You
Dude,
stupid.
I watched that like 100 times the other day. I was in here crying.
You know
All
what?
right,
Bad people have been like, yo, they've been burning me on that one.
all right, y'all. So, the topic is a really good one. It's a little bit well, not really controversial, but a lot of people have differing opinions, and that topic being having outside opinions on your relationship. Meaning, you know, basically listening to other people or getting advice from other people about your relationship. Some people disagree with it. Some people are like, I don't, I, it's tricky. I'm like this. I'll start with me. I have a core group of people that I talk to different people about different aspects. It depends on whatever issue I'm having, or not even if it's an issue. If I need an idea for something I can do better or anything, doesn't have to be a problem. But relationship advice in general, number one, 9 times out of 10, I'm talking to someone that I know that's married, because there's pretty much almost nothing that a married person hasn't gone through or isn't going through already with their wives. Number two, I make sure it's somebody that I'm actually close with, who knows me, because I'm lucky enough to have the type of friends to where if I get in an argument or it's an issue, they're cool enough to be like, "Hey, Rob, you know what? I know you. So did you do one, two, three, four?" Like they'll look at it from a holistic point of view. Because I think it becomes a problem when you have friends that just side with you just to side with you.
That's true.
I got your back, blah blah blah. And some people like, "Oh well, that's my friend. I'm gonna take my friend's side." That's stupid. You need to keep it real with your friend, or your friend gonna think that they can do no wrong, and you always gonna have to have their back. And that person's always gonna be single, and they're always gonna be leaning on you. But me, yeah, I think outside opinions are important because relationships bring about a lot of things that you may have never experienced before. So why not speak with someone who has that experience?
Yes, yes,
Another
100%
thing
true.
that another thing that I do, I don't use people that are close to the situation. Like if me and a girlfriend have a mutual friend that lives down the street, I'm not going to talk to her about our business. Like I would talk to someone like Kira who lives up north that my girlfriend might meet one day, probably never.
Hmm.
But someone who's out of it, you know what I mean, all the way out of it, physically, all that, all the way out of the picture. You know what I mean? Because I don't want anything getting back and then people getting mad and
Hmm.
things of that nature.
You know what? I wanted to add to that. Yeah, like you want them, whomever you're seeking advice from, like emotionally detached from it. Because let's say you have a falling out with the person you're asking for advice from, and then all of a sudden, in some cases, that person becomes the saboteur and turns in, and it makes an issue out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't want to shit where you eat type thing in terms of getting advice on a situation from mutual friends. You know what I mean? Because it makes it tense too. Because let's say you and somebody break up, it's like, hey, is it that person's fault or whatever? You know, so you don't want to make it an awkward situation for parties involved.
Exactly. So what's your overall opinion, Alex? And I'm gonna throw you a curveball afterward.
All right. Well, I am for and against it. I'm for it for certain things like, and I can't say it just yet. After this occurs, then I'll probably mention it on a future show. But I'll speak in hypothetics where, okay, with my girl, there's things like now with 8 months in, or total time that I've been courting her. There's certain things that I still have to learn in terms of getting her gifts, finds out her likes and dislikes. So if let's say her brother and her brother's girlfriend, they know her, you know what I mean? So I'll be like, hey, I'm thinking of doing this for, my lady. What do you think? Do you think she would like it? Oh, ZZ doesn't like this, and that. Maybe try going in another direction. I would use it in a certain way. It's not my first choice because
Right.
oftentimes in relationships, you should find out on the job. You
Yeah.
have to mess up. You have it this way. It'll stick better. You know what I mean? I believe that jolt is like, oh damn, I messed up. I ain't gonna do that again, and then you'll remember it more. I believe mistakes refine us. So, I mean, again, it depends on the situation. If it's something that you're really trying to get right, you're trying to do something for somebody. I went out of my normal practice and went and sought some sort of advice. So, like, I'm picking up a gift. So I was just getting some suggestions based off of their years of friendship and her brother. You know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
depends on the application. But a
Yep.
rule of thumb, though, I don't like people getting involved in my situations because my history, I had a lot of people sabotage and damage relationships from my only living male sibling. He did some complete catastrophic damage to something that I was involved in, or actually twice. So I'm a little apprehensive with you know having outsiders, but you never know. Sometimes it can work out for you, because a good friend, like you see Rob, uh, a couple other folks that are on our side project, like I regard them as like brothers. So if I ask Rob, hey, you know what, this is what's going on, I expect him to be honest with me. You know what I mean? And be like, I don't want you to be that yes man type person. Tell me what fix me. You know what I mean? So you can't go to everybody for advice. And you got another thing where if you are in a relationship and you have to seek advice from somebody, that you're facing something in a relationship that you never faced before, go to somebody else who's in a relationship. Don't go to a single
Yes.
person, because how are they gonna know? And then they might be hating, and misery enjoys company. So again, it's just you got to feel out every circumstance that applies to that. So I mean, I could go on and on about it, but I wish the girls were here tonight, because hearing it from a female's perspective, there might be some advantages to going to folks, and then there are some disadvantages. But it all depends on the people you go to. You have to know them and make sure that they have your best interests in mind.
That's true. Maybe we can do like a response video.
Hmm.
Um, I had two things to say. After you said that. Crap.
Yeah, all you got to do is say, "Hey, you know what? I want to add." Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Single people. Be very careful asking single people for advice, because unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there who would rather see you fail than rather see you succeed. And again, here's another rule of thumb: make sure that you have talked to the person you're in the relationship with first.
First, yes.
whatever the situation is. Now, with, what you said, Alex, a gift or something like that, okay, that's different. But if it's like an issue or you're upset about something, I mean, if you have like a cool down buddy, like I have a couple people, like, because it takes a lot to get me upset and mad. I have a couple people that I can call and vent to and calm down before I go into the quote unquote battlefield. But you got to make sure that you're not just talking to this friend about it and venting, but not letting the other person know about the issue, because that's not fair. And that can create a lot more issues. God, I had something else to throw at you. The curveball. How would you feel? How can I put this? I'm losing my train of thought as I speak.
I know we had that discussion before we started the recording. It's all right, man. It's all right. I got you.
No, not that. No. So when it comes to outside opinions, I have kind of, how can I say it? This is just going to sound bad no matter how I say it. I kind of have like an approval team. Like, we're gonna
okay. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, we're gonna do another topic, guys, just to let you know, talking about family and the other person, you're in a relationship with, and the relationship with your family. We're gonna do a separate topic, but we're gonna stay on friends. I have an approval group of friends. Like I have one, maybe about two, maybe three, if I really think hard, but really one in particular friend who she knows me so well, it is scary. And she knows me to the point where if we didn't see each other for 10 years, she would still know me like she'd been there every step of the way.
And why are you not with her?
Huh?
Well, that'll be another topic.
No, we can talk about, man, look. Well, she's happily married. And she has wonderful children who I love to death, and they love me as well. So, no. But
shotgun to that one. Juggernaut, baby.
She's the one that you mentioned. Like, she's 110% honest, and she's the one who taught me that I was dating the same type of girl. So
I remember you said. Okay. I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah. And here's the thing, guys. Now, I'm not saying when you meet this person, you date them for a while, your friend sees them, and then your friend doesn't like them, and then you break up with them. No. Like, I was, people don't meet her until like 6 to 8 months into the relationship or more. Because she's going to drop a sledgehammer. I need to have you vetted. And here's the thing. It's not like I set it up. It's like after that period of time, she'll know I'm in a relationship. Then all of a sudden, we'll find a way just to run into each other or meet up. And her opinion matters to me because she knows me. Now, I'm not saying that if she doesn't like someone that it's a no-go. No, I'm not saying that at all. But her opinion matters because she knows me. And she gets me to think. Because one thing I don't want to do is lose myself. And when you know someone and you got love for them, you know when someone's good for them and you know when someone isn't good for them. Because sometimes when you're in that situation and you're in a relationship, you lose yourself. You're so up trying to keep up with the relationship and keep the relationship going and keeping the other person happy, you lose yourself and you lose your own happiness at times.
I did that.
Sometimes you get a wake-up call, man. So I just wanted your opinion on that. Like, do you have like kind of like a system of, not even a system, but just those friends that you make sure, hey, I'm dating such and such, man, I want you to meet her. Well, what do you think type deal? Do you have that, Alex?
Well, for the longest time, I didn't, because of the next topic where family involvement and impacts on your relationships. Because I always had that, they're not good enough type thing, and I may really like the person, and so to me, outside opinions don't seem to affect me anymore. I won't allow it because, again, I'm like trying to hold the raging bull back, because I told Rob that I was going in on the topic that was supposed to be recorded tonight, but I
We're
was,
trying to stay for the ladies, man. We
yeah.
want the ladies on for that one.
Hmm.
We'll
But
fix it. But go
I
ahead.
would say this: the people on, I guess, the so-called approval team don't even know they're on it, and
Even
it's
better.
it's like, for instance, Rob doesn't even know. Our buddy EJ doesn't even know. I look at how my person interacts with my friends. You know what I mean? They don't have to give me an approval, but like, for instance, somebody has a nickname Baby Hair. It's funny, you know what I mean? Like that shows me they can joke and get along. So that was already like, okay, she's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then with EJ, there's a lot of spirituality, talking about church and everything. And one day I left my cell phone after I was talking to EJ, and she was talking to him for about like 45 minutes to an hour while I was out getting her food. Like
What?
yeah, it was just, I guess she was learning me, so she was, trying to get my whole personality, how I react to things. So she was doing her investigating, and it was literally they were talking, they were cool. Like we went to a church event. It was my second date with my lady, and EJ invited us to church. We went that Sunday, and he met her, right? And
Hmm.
all of a sudden they found out they had a lot in common, like with Comic Con, Gotham, comics and Avengers. And he's like, "Yo, Alex, she's cool. You take care of her." You know what I mean? And I didn't even put him in that, but I always knew that if my people can get along with my girl without even me saying, "Hey, what do you think?" They just are around each other. The chemistry's there. Hey, I'm straight. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have that before. My ex, and you can ask EJ, she was so toxic. Like, I couldn't bring her around certain friends. And
Hmm.
it was just like, man, I felt constricted. And I had to split my life in half where, and then I think I did it to myself because I wanted what I wanted. And then
Right.
I guess my people, I should have seen as a telltale sign where it's like, okay, if she's not getting along with people that I naturally get along with, then that was
Right.
something where I should have just left that alone. You know what I mean? But
And
I
people.
didn't. I didn't even have to ask. You know what I mean? It's just like a feeling out process for me. That's what works for me. But like, I won't go and seek it. I won't go through that approval group. Like, hey, Rob. Hey, EJ. What do you think? You know what I mean? I'll just wait and see, and let nature take its course, and then like pause. But you know what I mean? I'll just see if there's a good chemistry, and then go from there. Now, my girl, on the other hand, she'll flat out start asking folks like, "Hey, what is he like?" and this and that, and even her best friend, like, she was sending pictures of me and everything, like, "Hey,
What?
he's military. He looks like he has." He speaks proper. He seems good. Hell,
No.
even when we were having like a little bit of a spat early in the relationship, because there were people that I wasn't dating, but I was hanging out with them, trying
Hmm.
to date them, and it didn't. I got put in the friend zone, but they still were cool with me. And my girl would get mad at me, like, "Why are you still hitting them up? Why are you talking to them?" And her best friend kind of sided with me 50-50 in a way, and saying, "You have to remember, he has friends. He has, had a life before you, and relationships aren't 110% perfect." And because of that, I respect her friend for being real with her, and it helped me in the end. You know what I mean? So again, it's all feeling out process type thing for me. But with her, it's good. Opposites attract. Like, she does it her way, I do it my way. But you know, I'm interested to maybe when we revisit this with the girls on the show, to see what their input is on that.
And here's another key thing that people need to realize, and it's funny because people talk about a lot of people like, oh, keep your relationship as your business. Yeah, it's true. I feel like there are some things that should not be discussed outside of your relationship, and make sure that
Unless you're
stuff
getting
is,
your ass whooped, like, hold up, you need to tell
yeah,
somebody.
make sure that you're handling business within your relationship primarily.
Yeah.
Primarily, you should be handling it within the relationship. Now, if it's something that's a repeat offense or something that keeps happening, then
Then
that's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
the counseling needs to happen. But here's the thing. Here's another thing that I've learned. My friends help me strengthen my relationships.
Hmm.
That not necessarily. Well, yeah, that same approval council of people, which is only like two or three. Um, they're so honest and so real with me to the point where there's been times where I wanted to break up with people sooner, and I didn't because those people were like, "Hey, I know you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10." I'm like, dang, you right. You know what I mean? I am quick to do this. I am quick to do that. Let me chill. Let me stick with this. And not even just in a relationship, just life in general and things in general. There's just been situations where they've talked me out of doing something that I shouldn't do. And they teach you to see things through. Like y'all see it on TV shows and stuff when the homegirl is messing up with her man or something like that, and the girls had their little council and they drink their wine. They're like, "Girl, you love him. Like, I know y'all not getting along, but you love him." Sometimes you need someone to give you that, because as humans, we all know it's easier just to quit.
Yeah.
That's the easy thing to do. F it, I'm going back to being single. I don't want to deal with this. It's easy. The hard part is working through it to get to the end goal, which is, for me, marriage and children and all that good stuff. Working through it. You know what I mean? But you got to work with me. But those friends can be a very, very big help, and they keep you on the straight and narrow path. You know what I mean? Everybody isn't strong in a relationship. Everyone isn't faithful. Like, sometimes you need that homeboy to be like, "Yo, man, like, I'm gonna go out with you tonight. Like, I don't want you to do nothing stupid." Sometimes you need that homegirl next to you, like, "Girl, don't put that dress on," or, "Girl, don't text him back," type deal. You need someone there sometimes, because we all get weak and we all get tempted. So I don't devalue my friendships when I'm in a relationship. If anything, I try to keep them, and I need to do a better job, but I need to keep them closer to me because it's helpful. And I'm not saying that they have to be there every 5 seconds and know everything that's going on, but I feel like having them inclusive to a certain extent is helpful, because they help you bend things. And then the thing is, there's nothing more valuable than the outside point of view sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you have to get somebody who sees your situation outside of yourself.
Exactly.
Because, again, like, think of it like a fight. You have a coach in your corner, you're in the ring fighting in life, and life is throwing you a right hook, and you keep getting hit by that hook, and your buddies are like, "Hey, I put your guard up on the other side, or switch to softball or something." You know what I mean? So I get that. And you know what? Like, you said something important. Don't devalue your friendships. I made that mistake and paid a hefty price. And I have to say, EJ, I known him since I was 15 years old, right? And through thick and thin, when I went through some harsh times, my ex didn't help me. EJ did. He put me up in his cousin's house before I went to the military. You know what I mean? He was the one that made sure that I was good. And I was taken to his church and had to let out all the anger, breaking down with the clairvoyant person who knew my situation. He was there. You know what I mean? So it's just something where, God has a funny way of making sure that the right people are around you. And you see, I have to do better with that. I'm so apprehensive because of my family situation. My friends, ordinarily have my best interests in mind. So, yeah, I would just say I'll warm up to, getting advice from folks. But the first and foremost, try to solve the situations within, like Robert said, try to work with it, try to fix it yourself. Communication is key, and compromise is key, and you should be good to go.
I hate that C word. But
CNC Music Factory.
Yeah, man. Just friend, and that's the other thing, man. Like, you have to. It's tricky with friends because sometimes your girl or your man's not gonna like your friends, but they need to understand and respect that you had a relationship with them. Because here's the thing, you don't know the extent of that friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have no idea, and like, you can't just expect them to cut them off or do certain things. You got to respect that friendship, even if you don't like the person. You got to respect that friendship, because the person you're with is friends with them for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I had to get corrected on that, but then again, I had to throw some correction with my lady in the sense where it's like I was mad about something that was revealed, but it's like, you know what? I had to get over my ego, where it's like, you know what? There was a life before me, and she
Right.
had to understand it, and I'm understanding it. You know what I mean? And not for once will I ever say cut off your friends or anything like that. I did that to myself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know the funny thing is, you get certain mentally abusive relationships where the ones that are trying to help you, they kind of make you, not make you, but they kind of indoctrinate you with mindsets where, you know what, you cut them off. You know what I mean? And it is, but you know what, it can mutate into another topic. But I said all I'm going to say on this one.
Yeah, and I mean, and friends gotta respect the relationship. I mean, things change. Like, I have a lot of female friends, like, and you know what I'm talking about. Like, we're on Facebook together all the time. You know, like, we are together a lot,
Taking
and a lot of
pictures looking
people.
like the window pane. I know you
Shut
saw
up.
that one.
Shut up.
Mhm.
So people send me messages about it, like, "Oh, is that your girl?" Like, nah, that's my homegirl. But I know if I were to get in a relationship, her and I could not be around each other like that anymore because that would make anybody uncomfortable. But that's my homie, like that's my ace. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's friendships and relationships is a slippery slope, and outside opinions are a slippery slope. It's all in how you manage it. You know, understand when someone has your best interests at heart, and understand when someone's trying to poison that relationship. But first and foremost, handle business with the person that you're with, because at the end of the day, only the two of you know 100% of the story. All of us
Mhm.
don't relay a clear message to the opposite party, because one of the first things I say when one of my homegirls or homeboys calls me and they're upset about something is, well, what did you do? Why do you think they reacted like that? Don't tell me you didn't do anything. Don't tell me you just walked in the house and she started screaming on you.
I
Or
have a
don't.
relative that does that. Oh my gosh! You know what? I'm not even gonna put his business out there, but
Just
he be only getting half the story, and then
yeah.
you know I'm a flat out say it. One of my uncles, pulling that stuff, acting like a fucking Mitch. You know what I mean? And then when you hear the whole story, it's like, bruh, why you walking around like a vagina, man? Come on, don't do that. You're a man. It's just man up. And me, I give harsh advice when I see folks not listening. You know, but I got you, bro. And that's when it
But
turns into she said, he said type thing.
yep, and here's another big key. Charlemagne the God said this. You can't tell someone how to react to something.
Nope.
So some people really get in situations and they really feel like, you know, man, I ain't do nothing. I ain't even do nothing for her to act like that. Dude, you don't know how, you can't tell someone how to react to what you do.
Yeah.
Like if you walk by somebody and step on their shoes, one person might not care. One person might give you a funny look. One person might push you. One person might punch you. One person might shoot you. You don't know what kind of reaction you get. So when you get a reaction, you need to step back and look at like, whoa, what did I do? And then
Mhm.
it's like, all right, I need to work this out with that person because you don't know. Like
Yeah,
that's the
try to
other
see it from their perspective. Like that's what I do.
exact.
Like you know, if me and my girl get into a disagreement, I'll try to look at like, man, maybe she saw it this way, and I didn't mean it like that. You know, real men, or real folks who are serious about relationships will always do that. You know what I mean? Because that'll help you say, hey, you know what? You can bring yourself to say you're sorry. We're not all above error. You know what I'm saying? But Rob,
Yeah,
the timer is about to go off. Just
I
give me a
know.
heads up.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up, man. I got to work out in the morning. I'm getting buff.
Work out. What?
Shut up. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for supporting the Facebook page. Hey, guys that are on the Facebook page and girls who are on the Facebook page, we don't know what's going on with the numbers, but we really need y'all to get on the YouTube channel and start watching the videos from the YouTube channel. We're trying to get these numbers up so we can get some more options for the page and other things of that nature. But we do appreciate the love and support. We're gonna start lining up guests here soon. Hopefully, we'll have guests starting next week with a couple of topics. Please continue to like the page, share it. Invite people to the group. We've been getting a lot of people inviting people to the group. I
Yeah, we had
haven't
like 200 something people in there. So
yeah, I haven't denied anyone. Like I'm letting everyone in. I'm gonna be more active. Work has been a little crazy,
active.
but
What?
shut up. I just had something good happen at work. I kind of sort of got a promotion or a new position rather.
No
That's gonna
comment.
open up,
No comment.
that's gonna open up some doors for me. So I've got a handle back on things. So now, I'm gonna start scheduling and doing things better. We're gonna try to provide y'all with more and more content. But again, we truly appreciate it because I really appreciate people who give me any of their time because time is a non-renewable resource, and that's one of the few things on this planet you can never get back. So I do appreciate it.
I got you, bro.
Email us, right on the wall. Send us your comments. We would love to have it, and we will see y'all next time on She Said, He Said.
Alrighty, we out.